Hi again folks, how you all doing? This is a Hornby Duke of Sutherland that was sent to me by Calum. He said that he bought this second hand and it made a bit of a screeching sound and didn't run too well. He tried oiling it, but it's continued to be a poor runner. The more observant among you will notice that the combination lever and union link aren't sitting right on the valve gear on this side, so there seems to be a bit of jiggery faffery going on. Well, let's turn on the power and see what happens. Yeah, it's not too good. It's got poor traction and just generally not running nicely at all. Let's get it into the shed and we'll see if we can sort it out. Okay then, a Hornby Duke of Sutherland. I think this will be a fairly straightforward ringfield service and sort the locomotive out a wee bit. But I thought I would feature this rather than just include it in the shed video because I've not looked at a Duke of Sutherland before, that I can remember anyway. Done plenty of Duchesses, but I've not done a Duke. So we've got some cobwebs in the cab there. Yeah, we've got the problem with the valve gear there. We'll sort that out. We'll clean the axles out, clean the wheels up. The front bogie wheels are pretty dirty. I'm sure that'll all be fine. The condition of the model is actually pretty good. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's a bit dusty, but yeah. Let's get a look at the tender. Yeah, we've got some fluffage and some excess oil. What's going on inside? Some more fluffage and some more excess oil. But other than that, it looks okay. The commutator's looking a bit gunked up. Just all the usual stuff. So, we'll get to work and we'll sort it out. Yet another ringfield. I know I said a while ago I was thinking of doing a video about all the different Hornby ringfields. I'm not sure about that now because I've continued to see little variations on them. To cover them all would be quite involved. And I think really they're all much the same principle. So I think once you've done one ringfield motor, you've done them all. The tricky ones are the ones with the metal tender frame. Getting the motor out can be a bit challenging. But other than that, it's kind of the same process in them all. Always feel like you're going to break something. Out it comes. I don't think this has been out before. Unplug that. Yeah, it's really oily, just too much oil. The screeching is the bearings behind the pinion gear and in there. See, there's not much oil in there, and that's really where you should oil to stop the screeching. Put some oil in there and some oil behind the pinion gear, and that will stop the screeching. Oiling the gears isn't going to do that much. It will quieten them down a bit, but we'll get the wheels off because I'm guessing these axles are very oily too. Yes, they are. They always are. I think this might have seen a carpet or two in its time. Unplug that. One of the clips is off, so I think somebody has been in here before. Yeah, so two broken clips, so somebody has been in here before. Yeah, there's one of the broken clips. There's the brushes and springs, all very oily, usual oily commutator. So, let's take the brushes in. I might actually just replace those actually. Bits and bobs for the sonic cleaner. Put the clip in, the springs. Right, get the monkey brush onto this. And we'll give it a scoosh out. Spotted T-cut on the commutator. Let that evaporate off. Clean this out. The wheels aren't too dirty. Traction tyres seem okay, which surprises me because the model was clearly having a bit of a traction issue. There's maybe just a bit of oil in the traction tyres. Although I'm guessing the locomotive maybe isn't as free moving as it should be. We'll find out in a minute. Give my fingers a wee wipe and we'll get a look at the locomotive. So, do this screw at the back. It comes out nice and easy. So we need to fix this. We'll do that first. Just undo that. That out, that out. And just put that back how it should be. Like so. Okay. So now with the valve here corrected, yeah, it feels a bit rough. It's one of those horrible underframes that clips on. So we need to attack it with cocktail sticks. So tightly on this side and quite loose on this side. Hang on a minute. Let's put that one out. That one. There we go. There's a bit of an art in getting one of these off without breaking it. Right, what we got? So we've got bearings, but very dry looking axles and quite a bit of gunk and fluff in there. Let's just get these wheels out. Give the chassis a bit of a scoosh. And going over with the monkey brush. Get the drawbar into the sonic cleaner as well. We'll clean these axles up. Yep, a fair bit of fluffage in there. Okie dokie, I'll put all this stuff in the sonic cleaner, go and get some lunch, I'll come back and put it all together. Right, all my bits and bobs have been in the sonic cleaner. We'll get the motor back together. I need to dig out some new brushes. Glasses on. Put that back on. Put that in. And this should spin with the battery. Get some molly grease onto the gear spindles. So oil the bearing behind the pinion gear and where the armature pokes through that plate there. Just get some oil in there. That's where it screeches. Gear oil on the pinion gear. A wee touch of oil in the axles. Just check the back to back on these. 14. 14, that's fine. Let's get this all back together. That's going that way, so the wheels be that side, so we want to be picking up on this side, so I want the non-insulated wheels to be on this side. There's a plastic bush on one side of the axles that insulates them. So keep the non-insulated side on this side because we want to be picking up current from this side. Alright, okay, we'll get a wee spot of oil into the axles, not too much. It's a thing I see an awful lot of, really dirty front bogie wheels on steam models. There we go. Let's see what it's like now. That's much better. We'll give it all a wee spot of oil. We'll see how that connection through the drawbar works out, but it's always a potential problem. Yeah, it seems okay. Be fine after it's had a good run. We'll get the dusty brush onto the body. Get the cobwebs out of there. There we go. This Duke of Sutherland should be fine now. Let's go and pull it out of the shed. Okay then, let's bring out the Duke. So there we go, that's Calum's Duke of Sutherland running okay. Just needed a proper service really, and was suffering from the usual issues with dirt, fluff, too much oil and old age. I know the feeling. Models that only pick up from one side of the locomotive and one side of the tender like this one can have a few pickup issues now and again. Adding pickups to the locomotive and hardwiring it to the tender would sort that, but really it should run fine if the track is nice and flat. If an old tender drive model like this is making screeching sounds, then just oiling the armature bearings should stop the noise, but it won't necessarily make the locomotive run any better. A model like this really needs to be stripped down, cleaned, and then rebuilt and lubricated to get it running properly, so long as there isn't any significant wear and tear or mazoc rot. But this Duke of Sutherland is good to go. I'll get it packed up and sent back to Calum. Catch us later, folks.